Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hoppets. Today, joined by
Brett
of NOIC's, checking out some more Treehouse. We reviewed a few iterations of this beer, but we're finally trying Doppelgänger, the standalone double IPA. We had Doppelgänger, which was amazing. We gave it a 98, and we had Alter Ego, and we had Alter Ego as well, or at least I did. I don't think I reviewed the regular Alter Ego, but reviewed Alter Ego because I brought that home with me from the States because I bought that at Treehouse when I went there back in 18.
We love Doppelgänger.
Yeah, Doppelgänger was amazing because it was, unlike King Julius, it's just got that brightness and sing.
Yeah, no, just mosaic,
deep dankness. So it's an 8% double IPA, hazy double IPA. And they talk about tropical flavors, papaya, mango, peach, all these things on the back. It builds upon Alter Ego, and amplified kettle and dry hopping and whatnot. But it smells really nice from here. Let's check it out. Pour is a very nice color too.
Yeah.
Orange, but very similar to a beer very close to, as you might see right there. We'll get into that later. But yeah. It looks like what I remember from having Doppelgänger. Yeah. Something along these lines, at least.
Yep.
Let's check out the aroma on Doppelgänger.
Yeah. Much.
Very nice. Very pin bright mosaic character. Very zesty and bright and
really
blueberry.
Zesty, like orange zest and dankness.
It's so different.
Freshness.
I prefer this over regular King Julius. 100%. It's so much more bright and slight. It's not really crazy dank, but it's definitely lightly dank.
Yeah. Lots of just if you just have peeled an orange, but then also this slightly sweaty dank,
sweaty
vibe
dank
underneath, like that mosaic deepness,
or depth, and it has that compared to Citra, at least in Julius and King Julius, it just presents itself as this really overripe orangey thing. This has lots of overripe orange and orange juicy flavors, but besides that, it has, that zesty brightness, and it has a little bit of dankness, and it has a hint of that blueberry note, and then also some earthiness, I think, and a bit of oniony, garlicky thing,
and a bit of like a peach bubblegum-esque thing.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely, I think that's the esters for sure, playing in with the hops. It's that really Wrigley's Juicy Fruit gum ester that you find in these.
But this one smells much better than the one we just had.
Yeah, but let's just give this one a taste first. Cheers.
Cheers.
Something's rotten in the state of another beer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good. I don't know. From the first sip, I can already say I still prefer Monkish.
Yeah.
Much more.
Yeah.
But I do like this more than other Treehouse beers because it's not just juice. It's more dankness and brightness and singiness than zestiness.
But I wouldn't say it's that sweet of a beer.
No, it's also not as sweet. Like some of the others are a bit sweeter, but this is also it's not like crazy thick and fluffy. No. It's a bit more drinkable.
Yeah.
And,
it's definitely pillowy, but Mosaic just presents this, blueberry skin, earthiness, like
and
forest,
really
almost like a pine
dank.
kind of.
Yeah,
wet forest thing, but then also juicy.
There's really loads of overripe candied stone fruit in here too. Yeah, it's really the juice profile is really overripe and juicy.
Yeah,
it's very similar to Doppelgänger. It's just a little less impactful. For sure,
I would say so. But again, you definitely sense those the sweet, juicy esters, and again the juicy hoppiness. But the whole finish just screams Mosaic,
Yeah, it does.
It dries out nicely, but
it has that Treehouse overripe and juicy fruit, and the Wrigley's gum ester, and it has a lot of juiciness, but it just sets itself a bit apart compared to some of the other ones we recently had. Well, King Julius and King Julius, they were just not the same level of pop and brightness. This almost tastes like Treehouse being a little bit monkish or something like that, or just a little bit West Coast because it's just more dank and bright.
It's much more dank, and that especially blueberry skin to me, because it's almost a bit tannic. It has almost a bit of a tannic berry-esque dryness or numbingness about it.
But that's just why it's really nice, because that mosaic, it disrupts it, so it's not just sweet orange. Because there is a lot of sweet orange, but it has a little bit of everything else. That's a fucking great double IPA, 100%.
Yeah.
But Treehouse can't do no wrong. This is the second time I'm disappointed in this beer. Well, I wasn't disappointed. It was so good, but this is Juice Machine. We just tried to review this, and this is an oxidized can. It's really hard to tell on camera.
Yeah, just from, but it's
because it looks the same
oxidized.
almost on camera, but holding up to the light and side by side, this is a bit more gray and muddy looking compared to this. It's really hard to see, but you sense it as soon as you put your nose into the beer, because this is very nondescript, and this, it bursts out of the glass, and that bursting out of the glass is what you want. And this goes into a bit of discussion right now of Treehouse and ghost hype, I've been told it's called. A lot of people feel like Treehouse has lost the magic and they're not as good. I think it could be they're maybe not as crazy fluffy as I remember, but things has also changed in craft beer. Yeah. I think most of that problem could be oxidations. With these, New England IPAs, they're such fragile beers. So if you just have the slight amount of too much oxygen or whatever in the cans, it can go to this route. And if you've been drinking a lot of Treehouse and you get cans that are like this, first off, you get pretty annoyed, especially if you trade for it and stuff, like we did. But then it's just not what the other beers are. There's a bit of pithiness left in this. There's maybe a bit of a juicy kind of melon thing, but it's so generic and nondescript.
Yeah, and to me, it definitely has a bit of that. I just smell that paper, like cardboard thing. It is there. It's not like massive, but it is there, and you also taste it. Mid palate, it comes in.
I don't know. For me, if it's as much cardboard yet, maybe it's just just a dryness and then a generic like. If you ever smell oxidized hops, just when they're starting to oxidize, it's just before it starts to get really papery and cardboardy and sherry-like and whatnot and cheesy. Yeah. But you can taste like it's going into that direction, but I think it's early, and that's why you're still getting a bit of juicy fruit and whatnot. But it's just so not impactful. Yeah. And this is supposed to be even hoppier and crazier intense than very green.
I'm sure it's a completely different. It's not. Yeah. It's not the beer we have in.
So we can't judge this. We're not going to give this a grade or anything. We just wanted to bring that in just because I think that could have something to do with that. What people are calling the camera just cut because it ran out of battery. We didn't notice it, but we're back and we're talking about this ghost hype. Is the ghost hype thing people are talking about? Is Treehouse still really fucking great? I think both King Julius and King GG Julius and Doppelgänger are really fucking awesome early world class, IPAs. It's just not the profile I prefer anymore. And is the reason why people are talking about ghost hype about this brewery because things like this happen, this whole oxidized thing, because this is just this is going down the drain. It's so nondescript and just it really annoys me because the first time we had this beer, it was months and months old. Was it 3
because it was months? Stuck in customs.
Yes, and now the second time we try, and even though back then it still held up quite well, we gave it a 98. That probably was too high, all things considered. At least with the palates we have now. Back then there wasn't as much haze in Europe. No. That might have been why, whatever. But it just sucks the second time we try to get this and you trade for it and why not. And you get an old can. Or old oxidized can.
Oxidized can, yeah.
But whatever. So no grade for this because it's an off can. I'd love to hear if you guys have had any similar experiences with Treehouse. Yeah. It's a shame. I saw it happen with their bottle runs of green. Joe had the same problem.
Yeah, completely off. But I've also seen King Julius several times being oxidized before.
So. Also King Julius?
No, but King Julius.
Okay. Yeah. Where this Doppelgänger is
it's a very, very good double IPA.
If you want to see what Mosaic tastes like in a double IPA, this is a hazy double IPA, very benchmark classic haze. This is what you should get. And I want to go 95. I think it's really world class. I really enjoy it. But Doppelgänger, when we had that last year, it was just so much more intense and impactful.
I think it had a bit more depth to it than at least this can. But it's still awesome. And
before this, we just had purple glitter hop, and to be honest, I'd rather drink that.
Yeah.
Just because it's so much more easygoing, and it was more singing and bright, and it just
more distinct.
It snapped.
Yeah,
it had that. But also, Treehouse is so a much bigger brewery now than Monkish. Monkish is still tiny, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to drink some more Monkish after this. But this is still really fucking good. It's world class.
Yeah.
Really world class. So 95 and no rating. What do you think? 95.
Yeah, I agree. I'll probably maybe put the glitter hop at a 96 now, but yeah, 95.
Yeah,
it's very good double IPA, and yeah,
this has so much more sweet ester.
Yeah,
compared to that, that's crazy, man. Also, as it warms, you smell it more.
Of course, the oxidation will come,
come into
more
its
and
own,
more.
just like when you have a beer standing in the glass. But
Yeah.
oh well, second time with juice machine was a failure. Sucks, but that's how it goes. So, if you guys had a fresh juice machine and know how it is, dead fresh, because this was only how old?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. It's the same with this. Yeah, 3 weeks. This is older. No, it's the same day before it was canned. 15th, not the 16th. So 3 weeks old Doppelgänger. It still tastes phenomenal. Again, I think I prefer at least Doppelgänger.
Yeah, over Doppelgänger.
Yeah, and also Doppelgänger over both King Julius and King Julius. That's just my preference. But it'd be fun to revisit green, very green.
Yeah,
or
I
maybe
would
try
love
very
to. Those are some of the ones I really want to try again.
Those were the Galaxy.
Yeah.
IPAs. But if you guys had a chance to try either of these, let us know, especially if you had it oxidized and non-oxidized, this bad boy, or just, if you recently had Doppelgänger, let us know. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers.
Yes.
And Doppelgänger, and see you guys in the
Cheers.
review.